joined by the 2026 Frozen Faceoff champion Denver Pioneers. We have Denver head coach David Carle, senior defenseman and captain Kent Anderson, and senior forward Rieger Lorenz, who is named to the all-tournament team. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll take questions for players only, we'll let the players go, and then we'll open it up for questions for Coach. So with that, Coach Carle, if you'd like to make an opening statement.
Perfect. Just commend our fans, our administration, our league for making this happen. Can you hear me? Yes, good. Okay. Commend our fans, our league, our administration here at DU for making this happen. I thought our fans were excellent. Throughout this whole format, it was wonderful to be on the campus sites, and I thought it added a lot of energy and excitement to the games. Really happy for that. And obviously, another great hockey game tonight, different than the last one. Great start by us, great response by them, and kind of even from there, and we found a way to make a play at the end. So I thought both teams obviously played really hard, played well. Wouldn't be surprised to see them again down the line.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open up questions for Kent or Rieger.
For both of you guys, just what was the emotions like after the game? Obviously, going into double overtime for a second straight year in this game, knowing what happened last year at the X, just kind of what was it like kind of being on the right side of it this time?
Yeah, super emotional. Obviously, we've had a lot of cool games in Magnus. I think this is, the best for last year. Me and Kent have been through a lot in our 4 years here, and I think we've become, better people, better players. Taking the last loop around was super emotional for the both of us. I'm happy that I could do it with them.
Yeah, just being able to do that in our home building, super special. Obviously, a big game and trophy on the line. And, just proud of our group for coming through and making a play there at the end. And a lot of games at Magnus, and it feels good to win that one.
Ken, what'd you think about how Johnny Hicks responded? Lead evaporates, but then all of a sudden, third period, the overtimes, he kind of brick walled there. I mean, what'd you think about his play down the stretch?
Yeah, he was amazing. He's a rock back there. No matter what happens, if there's goals against, he's locked in, and we trust him back there. And for him to come through there, 41 saves, I think it was, huge. And his performance has helped us a lot in the second half of the season, and it was a great game tonight.
What has been the biggest learning experience for you guys in this conference tournament?
Yeah, it's great to be in those games. Obviously Duluth's a great team. It was a great hockey game, and just to be in those moments. Overtime, winner takes all. It's great to have that experience, and going to the tournament, it's great to be coming off that one.
For both of you guys, last time you won this tournament, obviously you went on to win the national championship a couple years ago. Is this do you see this as a prelude to something greater, hopefully?
Rieger, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think we emphasized that in the room before the game. You look at the 24 team, I think we built momentum throughout, the back half of that season there. I don't think we win the national championship if we don't win that Frozen face-off. So it was a super big game for our group. I'm happy to see that we pulled through, and we feel pretty good going into regionals right now with the way that we're playing.
Yeah, it's huge. Just being able to stay on a roll and, feeling good going into the tournament.
Ken, was anybody on the bench just kind of reminding guys what happened last year when you guys went 3-0 again tonight, just kind of knowing that it wasn't over, it was still early in the game, where those conversations kind of happening on the bench throughout the game?
Yeah, we're just living in the present. In the room, just staying up. Obviously those are tense situations, and just being able to stay calm and go out there and execute is what we try to do today.
Kent, I imagine that ensuring your goaltender has success is having an open line of communication with the decor as well, helping him to understand what kind of reads you guys are going to make in front of him. What has that communication looked like for you guys?
Yeah, it's just working, through practice week to week. Johnny's game grows more and more. Playing the puck, just the communication with him before the game, during the game. He's been amazing, and continue to build with that.
Any other questions for the players? All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Open up with questions for Coach Carle.
David, how do you explain this heater that Johnny Hicks is on right now? I thought today was maybe a different challenge than what he's faced before with UMD coming back, and then, like we were saying, he shut down after they tied it.
Yeah, for sure. I thought both goalies, it could have went sideways for both of them. It's a tough start for them, and we find a way to make some plays. and then, they respond. And I thought both goalies were then like the team's best players from there on out. So I thought it was really impressive, both guys. Obviously, Johnny's been, you asked about the stretch he's on. I've been asked and talked a lot about him in this stretch, and there's not much more to say. He's just been excellent for us. I mean, these guys said he's been a rock for us. Can't do it without him. And, his reads, his poise, his confidence, timely saves, timely whistles, it's all kind of working for him right now. And our team is obviously benefiting, and he's a huge part of it.
Did you learn anything different about him maybe today?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see guys go through adversity. I mean, I think through this tournament, when teams are locked into positions, the emotions are still high, but you are learning and gaining experience. And for our freshmen, there's 10 of them on our team. He's one of them. For him to have, be put in that situation where you're up 3 and then it's tied 3, and you're like, okay, let's see how this goes. And he really wasn't phased or rattled at all. And they made 2 excellent plays on their power play. And then Plant's goal kind of squeaks through on kind of an odd play, but that's Max. He finds a way to get his stick open a lot. He's an excellent player, and again, I thought our team settled in after that second period in a better way, and John did as well.
Talk about the experience of your depth and how, especially now with Epperson, and how you guys continue to find, how your depth continues to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, Brown and Epperson come back in the lineup. I think Brown had 2 assists. Epperson scores the goal. Obviously doing it for a long time without both of them, through this NCHC playoff run. And again, a lot of people have said, like, who's your fourth line, who's your first line? I think, different lines step up on a given night, and certainly that was true tonight again.
Was it nice though to see the 2 freshmen connect for the game there? They're just knowing kind of those guys are still kind of getting used to big moments like this.
Yeah, they've would have been happy to see anyone connect, but it was a beautiful play by them. Kaz, he's really a deceptive player and good sense and vision on the ice, and Epi's route to the net was deceptive as well. He found his way on the backside, and he doesn't miss from there, very often. So, yeah, it's great for a freshman to gain the experience. I mean, we lean on a lot of them in key roles and key minutes, and again, like these guys said, it gives us confidence as we head into. This, as fun as this was, it only gets more fun from here. So, and it gets more tight, it gets more detailed, it gets more intense, and so for them to go into that with some confidence, I think is a really good thing for our team.
When a goalie makes 41 saves, obviously his confidence is through the roof. But when he stepped in January, did he have that same confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen his demeanor change much, which I think is obviously a huge credit to him. He's a pretty calm guy, goes about his business, sticks to his routines. On game days he gets locked in, and you don't see a lot of change or emotion out of him. So again, he's got a real good demeanor about him. He's worked at. He's not a young freshman. He is a freshman, but he's had a lot of junior hockey and had a lot of time to work at his craft, and it's obviously all being showcased here over the last little while.
We've seen some really great goaltenders come through this program, to include some who've slipped by draft radars like Hicks and Davis previously. What is the relation with Ryan Bassa, your goaltending coach, and getting some of those best results out of these young goaltenders?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, the work he's done really with our last 2 championship goaltenders, and Corona, he came in Magnus's junior year. We won a championship in 22, and I think Ryan building that relationship and helping Magnus, between his years, propelled him to be able to do what he did. And, he had Matt, obviously, as a freshman that year, and really got to work with Matt for 2 years without him playing too much, and Magnus being the guy. So there was a lot of mental work, a lot of meetings. I mean, Ryan pours a ton of time into our goaltenders with practice video, journaling, mental training, eye vision training. I mean, he spends a lot of time with these guys, and really, I think, helps them solidify like what they're already good at and brings the most out of them. So Q was no different, prior to his injury, and Johnny certainly has been no different, since he's come in.
You see 10 home wins in a row, first time since 1968. Can you bottle this momentum out on home ice up the road here in Loveland in regionals?
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that at the start of the 10-game win streak. I think we had a losing record at home to start that. So it's been a great turnaround, and again, just really thankful and grateful for our fans sticking with us and continuing to come out and support, because we don't go on a run like this without them. Loveland, I think, will be very exciting. I mean, our memories from 22 are a full building, a lot of Denver jerseys and crimson and gold in the stands. So, I think for our guys, it'll still be a really good experience to have our own fans here, and an easy drive for everybody to get up to that community. On top of that's a wonderful hockey community. They support the Eagles really, really well. And so we know we have fans in that market as well that'll be coming out as well for the families that, can't make it up on Friday.
Talk about the resilience of your group, especially with the lead that you guys lost throughout the game. And talk about the resilience and how you guys were able to bounce back.
Yeah, I think it's a 60-minute game. They're a really good team. Good teams don't go away. So you sit in here and speak to their resiliency just as much. I didn't see any dip in confidence or belief on their bench that they weren't going to win the hockey game. And I would say the same for our bench at 3-3. We continued to believe that we were going to win the hockey game, and, history serves out. I mean, we've played a lot of tight games against these guys. It's come down to overtime or, third period tied games. Both games this year were, 1-goal games, one in overtime, one we staved them off in the third. We've seemed to have these runs where we'll kind of dominate the game possession-wise, and then they'll have their turn to dominate possession-wise, and certainly that was kind of the case tonight. So I think both teams, and I said it at the start of, this event, that one of these four teams is going to win the national championship because we push each other, we harden ourselves. We've all played each other in the second half. I believe everybody's played each other of the four of us, and there's just not a conference in the country that prepares you for single elimination hockey like ours. And I wish them nothing but the best. We know we won't see them in the first or second round, but would not be at all shocked to see them make it to Vegas.
David, was there any part of you that was breathing a sigh of relief after you get out of the first minute of double overtime there, just given what happened last year against Western both times? You're just kind of, what was the thought process for you going into another double overtime for this program?
Yeah, it didn't cross my mind the game against Western a year ago. So, yeah, there wasn't really much to it. I liked a lot of what we did in the first overtime, and again, was just kind of happy that we were getting the experience in a game like this because, again, if history served, we're going to play some overtime in the next little while, and there's going to be tight games, and we're going to have to feel comfortable and confident in these moments.
Are there any bad habits that crept into tonight's game that you'd like to see the team leave behind?
No, I mean, we'll watch tape back, but yeah, were we perfect? No, I mean, we were up 3-0 and they came back and tied it. But you're going to get that against really good teams. A lot of times comes down to execution and trying to limit chances for the shot volume they had. Yes, they had some good looks, but, I thought a lot were from the perimeter, after that second period. And so I liked how we adjusted and maintained ourselves playing against players like Max and Zam and Shagabe and Arnott, like Anderson. They got a lot of really good sticks and good players. Western does too. That's what makes us ready to take on whoever, is in our path come the NCAA tournament time.
Other questions for Coach Carle?
Good. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you coming.